Getting a role in a horror show is a challenging job, and how the cast of The Fall of the House of Usher landed their roles is very unusual. One of the most interesting characters in the House of Usher is Prospero, who's also known as Perry, and the actor who plays the role, Saurian Sepkoda, did well in portraying this role. However, Saurian is a new face in the entertainment industry that many viewers have now taken more interest in. Although he's upcoming, he's proven to be a trusted actor, as The House of Usher is the second time that Saurian would be working with Mike Flanagan and also acting in general. He was in The Midnight Club, so he didn't really have to audition for his role in The House of Usher. Apparently, having seen his potential and what he was capable of doing, Flanagan knew he would be the right fit for Perry, and that's the simple explanation of how he got the role. However, Perry wasn't an easy role for Saurian to fit into, as he revealed that he was worried about not getting it right, saying, "How am I going to play this character? This is because Saurian and Perry are two different persons, and he could hardly find a resemblance to the character, so that means he was only given the position based on his previous performance while working with Flanagan on The Midnight Club." Kate Siegel, who portrays Camille, has one of the most exciting roles in the show. But the crazy thing is, Kate always has a place in every one of Flanagan's projects, and that means she didn't audition or do much before landing the role of Camille. The character was basically written and handed to her, and the big reason why is that she's married to Flanagan and has remained his favorite muse ever since then. One big fact about Flanagan is that he likes collaborating with actors for many of his projects, which makes Kate's case very familiar. But then she's appeared more in the director's projects than any other actor that he has worked with. Although Kate doesn't only act in Flanagan's films, she's best known for them. Also, she's been acting long before she met Flanagan, but the short answer of how she landed her role in The House of Usher is because she's an actress married to a director who likes to put her gift to good use. And the great thing about Kate having the direct opportunity to land the role of Camille is that she doesn't take it for granted. She took major steps to fit into the role and nail her part by taking inspiration from Mirage in The Incredibles. Kate spoke about how this animated character was beneficial to her role in The House of Usher, saying, "When I was a little girl, Mirage was like my Jessica Rabbit. I thought she was the most beautiful woman I could imagine. So sorry to spoil all of your childhood dreams, but Camille is just Mirage." Bruce Greenwood plays Roderick Usher, and many viewers can't see anyone else doing it better than he did, but the way he landed his role wasn't as smooth as expected. Like many other cast members of The House of Usher, Bruce has also worked repeatedly with Flanagan, and of course, he didn't need any audition before he could land his role as Roderick. But then, Bruce wasn't the first actor that Flanagan thought of while casting the role of Roderick, as Frank Langella was the original actor called for the position. Frank was accused of misconduct on set, and a reliable witness to what happened went into details of what Frank did that got him fired. They said, in the context of his performance, possibly during rehearsal, he touched the leg of a female co-star, and further drew attention to the action when he jokingly said something like, "Did you like that?" What Frank did was against the rules of the set, which subsequently got him fired. And that's when Flanagan reached out to Bruce, who's more familiar to him as they've worked together on numerous projects before. So they had to reshoot all the scenes Frank was in before Bruce completely took over the role. Mary McDonnell portrays the intimidating and fearless Madeline in The House of Usher, and her actions were so on point that it looked like she was used to working with Flanagan. But that's not it at all, because the actress had never worked with Flanagan before now. And that's rare, as the director only loves recalling usual collaborators. Although she's relatively new to the Flanagan system, she's familiar with horror acts, as she was in Scream 4. So Flanagan knew she would do well if given a position in The House of Usher, which she did. Before Mary could join the cast, the director probably contacted her for the role, and Mary was attracted to the character instantly and wanted nothing more than to play her. Annabelle Lee is Roderick's true and real love, who stood by him when he had nothing and also tried to discourage him from going after success the wrong way. Katie Parker portrays this amazing character, and like many other cast members on the show, she's been a long collaborator with Flanagan, as this was her 6th project with him. So Katie didn't have to audition. Her character, which was inspired by Edgar Allan Poe's poem of the same name, was scripted, and she was invited to take the role, and she trusted the director and took the part. The actress even thanks Flanagan for always giving her the roles of amazing women, but she feels the most special to play Annabelle Lee. The most troubling and demanding role of Verna in the show went to Carla Gugino. Her part was very challenging because she had to play different characters and encounter every one of the ushers before they all passed, which wasn't easy, but Carla Gugino was very much up to the task, and how she landed this special role is very interesting. Carla is a familiar face when it comes to featuring in Flanagan's projects, so her long-term relationship with the director is a big factor in how she landed the role. So the director approached Carla during the planning process of the show before even the script was written and told her he would be working on a show inspired by Poe. And that's when Carla was asked if she would love to play the character that's inspired by the Raven, which she was really glad to take. This later turned out to be the most difficult role that Carla had ever done, but she gave her best to prove further that the director made no mistake in choosing her. The working relationship she has with Flanagan is what landed her the role, and she's so happy to have such an opportunity. According to her, she's fulfilling her acting goals of seeing the world from different perspectives just by working with the director. So anytime she gets called by Flanagan, she'll always answer, no matter how difficult the role seems. This same pattern of long-standing collaboration that got most of the cast a place in the House of Usher is also the same thing that made Henry Thomas play the eldest Usher, Frederick. Henry revealed how he landed his role, saying, "Flanagan basically nowadays says, I have this character for you, and what do you think? Because if you don't like this one, there's one other." And without auditioning or even seeing the script for himself, Henry knew how to figure out if the character was best for him. He continued and said, "So you play this shell game with Mike where you say, I think that guy sounds more interesting, and then you see the scripts." For an actor who has worked with Flanagan in 8 different projects, he definitely needed no introduction or audition to land a place in the House of Usher. Tania Miller, who portrays Victorine in the show, also had a unique way in which she landed her role, even though she has worked with Flanagan in the past. The House of Usher is actually Miller's second Flanagan project, so she definitely got a call back without having to audition. However, the crazy thing is that Flanagan wrote the role of Victorine specifically for her rather than asking her if she would like to take the part. So other cast members had the option of taking another role if the first suggested one doesn't work with them. But for Miller, Flanagan was certain that the character would suit her the best, so there were no questions asked when the director gave her the role. Interestingly, Miller felt a connection to Victorine as soon as she saw the script, and Flanagan confirmed that the part was created for her. Mark Hamill plays Arthur Pym, and he did the role like it was something he had done before. But the funny thing is, Mark had never acted in any of Flanagan's projects before. However, that doesn't mean he had to audition for the role, as he was also contacted like other cast members to play the role of Pym. The actor was shocked to receive the offer to be in the House of Usher, as he hinted that they must have been thinking outside the box to have called him. He said, "I was intrigued by the fact that they would consider me for this part. Why would they think of me? That's thinking outside the box, and I love doing quirky, unexpected things and things that I haven't done before." And he's right, because Flanagan's co-director, Michael Fimignari, confirmed this by saying that he has never seen Mark act in this type of show before, but that he's delighted to see him step into the role. Even though Mark felt lucky to be called for the show, it was his wife, Marilou, who further encouraged him to go for it, and he's glad that he did. Share your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for watching.